Rumors spreading round United Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing. Well, here it's fine if you got the time and the chance to get yourself in. And here is time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. I feel it.
First and foremost, we grow Atlantic salmon, and we're the first indoor Atlantic salmon farm in the United States. But we also grow a whole variety and array of leafy green vegetables and herbs. We're privately owned by Todd and Karen, so they are the sole owners and investors in the project. It's definitely a family farm and a family business. They believe in the long-term vision on how we need to grow our food and do it more sustainably. And primarily it comes from water use, which is obviously our most precious natural resource. So we've focused on specifically aquaculture in a land-based recycle system. And then to utilize the nutrient-rich water from the fish, we can grow organic leafy green vegetables. So it all came together really well. We're actually sitting on an 800-acre native restoration project, and the native flowers are all getting irrigated with the nutrient-rich water from the facility here. But the facility actually is about 2.5 acres under roof for the fish house, and we've got about 13 acres under glass on the greenhouse side. The difference with our operation is we're capturing all the nutrients from our fish, obviously to grow organic leafy green vegetables, and then reuse that water back for our fish. It takes us about 2 years to grow our fish here to harvest size. Typically our largest Atlantic salmon are in that 12-pound range. We use a certified organic diet from Canada, so all non-GMO ingredients. So highest omega-3s by far in the market. No heavy metals, local, as organic gets. I mean, it goes hand in hand with the greens and the motivation behind growing organic leafy greens. The lettuce that's grown here is grown on about 1/30th the amount of water, and we're able to do that on 1/20th the amount of land. So from a water use standpoint, these greens are much, much more efficient. To grow this much product in the soil, you need 300-400 acres of land to grow the same amount of product that we're growing in about 10 acres. It's in any retail store within just a couple of days, leaving up to 2 weeks of shelf life for the consumer. So the product overall is much, much fresher, leading to a much better flavor and taste. Because we're growing them indoors under a glass roof in a building that's protected by external factors, they're growing in an optimal environment. This is definitely a big piece of the future of farming. People care about what they're consuming these days. People are paying more and more attention to what's going in their body. So we're definitely pushing the needle. Sometimes we say we're on the bleeding edge of the future of agriculture. I don't know, it excites me. I think it's really cool. Today we're growing about 100,000 pounds of food between salmon and greens on 1 gallon a minute of fresh water. I would say this is still agriculture, and there's no such thing as a typical day, to be honest. To me, a great farmer is somebody that first and foremost understands that this is all about food. We're growing food for people, and that's so important from a food safety standpoint. We want to grow the highest quality product we can. A typical farmer is somebody whose brain never shuts off, right? We're always on call. And that's something we're going to continue to do. We're always looking for a newer, better variety, whether it's taste or texture or color or production, always looking for something better. We'll continue to do that as long as we go.
I had this vision that we would build a winery with all of the latest technologies and put critical to quality parameters under precise process control, and that would lead to world-class wines.
And all of a sudden, we find this place, and we both fell in love with it.
And then I found out that winemaking is an art. So that meant I had to go find an artist, which we did. And so we've had the same winemaker now since the founding of the property.
The first wines that were produced off the vineyard were a Cabernet and a Syrah. In 2006, we added a blend called Sandpiper Red, which is a blend of Cab and Merlot predominantly, and turns out to be one of my favorite wines that we produce off of the property.
Tom and I, when we first started, we were out in the winery and in the vineyard picking grapes and doing a lot, getting a real feel for what it takes to do all the processes.
We're busy in the vineyard all summer long, positioning each of the clusters as they develop and Every day the winemaker and I walk the vineyard as we get closer and closer to harvest and make the decision on which blocks we're going to harvest the next day. We don't do anything to try and force the wine into a particular flavor profile. We just let the vineyard express itself. There's a continuous cycle. We have a strong belief in that we are really just shepherds of this land while we're here, and it's our responsibility to leave it as good or better than when we arrived.
My favorite part of the process is being able to work with family.
When someone has a glass of our wine and they put it down and they say, "This is the best we've ever tasted," I feel that everything we put into the vineyard and the winery has paid off, because that's what you want to hear.
It's been a great challenge and a good journey.
Doesn't matter if you love him or capital H-I-M. Just put your paws up, 'cause you were born this way, baby. My mama told me when I was young, we're almost superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on, in a glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. There's an way to say I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hurt yourself and regret, just love yourself instead. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. There ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Give yourself prudence and love your friends. Subway kid, rejoice your truth. In the religion of the insecure, I must be myself, respect my youth. A different law is not a sin, but leave capital H-I-M. Hey, I love my life, I love this record, and me, I'm on it, roll it like ice. I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hurt yourself and regret, just love yourself instead. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Born this way, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evergreen, you're black, white, beige, chola descent, you're Lebanese, you're Orient. Whether life's disabilities left you outcast but leader teased, rejoice and love yourself today, 'cause baby, you were born this way. No matter gay, straight or bi, lesbian, transgender life, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to survive. No matter black, white, or beige, chola or Orient, me, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to be brave. I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hurt yourself and regret, just love yourself instead. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way, yeah. Oh, there ain't no other way,
Good evening. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Can we have a big round of applause for Kara and Greg? We are so grateful to be in their home tonight. I'm Tim Nelson, CEO of HeartWorks, and I'm so proud to be with all of you tonight for this evening, the Cures in the Work virtual dinners. We've got the Zoom accounts here. I can see all of you there, and we've got the live audience on this side, so we got a great setup in the room tonight. We're so excited to have all of you joining us. This is a one-of-a-kind of event, to have live Zoom and live people, to have hundreds and hundreds of people across North America, even internationally, joining us tonight. Some of you joined us last year and had a blast, and tonight's going to be a few surprises for you as well, so we're really looking forward to it. We sent out over 525 boxes of food to homes across North America. That will feed over 1,000 people that got sent out. A huge thanks to the team that put that together, sent it out, our sponsors that took care of all of this work. All of you at home are going to have an amazing meal tonight. This year, we even have over 420 kids joining us that are kids packed. Hopefully the kids love that, and hopefully you enjoyed getting that in your box as well. And most importantly, we've raised, as we sit here, over $650,000 to cure congenital heart disease because of all of you. That is amazing. And I don't think the night is even over on that. More to come on that, but thank you for everybody that has contributed thus far. Tonight, we're going to be sharing stories. We're going to be sharing the updates of HeartWorks, the data on our clinical trials, and we're going to share with you the future of where we're going next with all of you across North America. So without further ado, to get the night started, I'd like to introduce the most important person with me tonight, my brother. As you all know, my brother is the president of HeartWorks, and he is the reason why we have been able to build such an amazing organization, to take the crazy ideas that some of us have and to put it into action. So Matt, thank you for your partnership, your friendship. Thank you for what you've allowed us to create together. So here's to Matt.
Thanks, Tim. Welcome to A Cures in the Works 2023. We're here tonight to celebrate the progress that we've made towards funding and developing a cure for congenital heart disease. Our pathway to this cure began 13 years ago when Tim met Todd and Karen Wanek. He presented to them his research in mice showing he could use stem cells to make heart function better. And Todd and Karen committed to saying, let's do this in people. And with their hope being that one day it would be ready to help their daughter, Gabrielle. Todd and Karen and the Wanek family have donated $100 million to build this platform we now call HeartWorks. $100 million. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Todd and Karen. I'm looking because they're sitting right over here. Thank you so much, and to the Wanek family and everyone. HeartWorks was created to expand that opportunity to the entire CHD community and beyond. So HeartWorks is here to allow everyone to participate in funding the cure to CHD. Our leaders in funding this cure within HeartWorks are Tom and Bev Porter, Mark Stoll, Beats for Bella. This group of people has donated $250,000 or more to the cure. Thank you, Tom and Bev. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Aaron, Justin, the entire Burkowski crew, and Jones crew. Thank you so much. We also have some people that have donated $100,000. Starts with Courtney Barnett with Courtney Gives Back, and Bill and Carolyn Hinks. Now, I have to give a special thank you to Bill and Carolyn Hinks. They gave our single largest donation to tonight. $100,000 they donated to tonight. And their timing, yeah, thanks. Their timing was unbelievable. We were doing well, we were raising money, and then they injected $100,000 in one day, and people got excited. And it turned into some numbers that we're going to get to share tonight. So special, special, special thank you to that really large gift from Bill and Carolyn Hinks. Now we have some people at $50,000. Dave and Laura Marcinkowski and Katie and Mark Forsyth have given over $50,000. So thank you, thank you, thank you to Dave and Laura and Katie and Mark. Equally as exciting to these big checks and these big dollars is just the sheer number of donations that have come in to support tonight. We've had over 1,000 donations come in from 80 teams, 1,000 donations with 80 teams. So that's super excited, the momentum that's building to fund a cure for congenital heart disease. We've had some special teams that raised over 50 donations each. A Cure for Evan, Jenny Keel, Jessica Mara, the Holt Heart Foundation. So special thank you to all the teams that raised money. Now, thinking forward, what fundraisers are all your teams going to do coming up in the next year? That's what we get to start thinking about now. Just going to give a shout out to the HeartWorks team and let you know that we are available to come support your events, help out with your events. We love coming to get to meet you in person. As an example, we have one scheduled in June with the Evans Hope team with Kaylee and Kevin in Colorado Springs, Colorado for their half marathon and 5K. So we're excited to go out there and meet them and support their event. So thank you to all the teams and keep us in mind when you're scheduling fundraisers. We love to come help. All right, now for the fun part. We get to invite and introduce our MC for the night. Many of you know him as a Bear, others know him as a Panther, some know him as a Seahawk. Lots and lots of you know him as the voice of the big game, the Super Bowl, just a couple weeks ago. He killed it. And all of you know him as our MC from last year. The first inaugural cure is in the works. So we're lucky to be in his house and get to have him back. Greg, get up here. Thanks, man.
So much, man. Hello, everybody. This is very interesting. Last year, I came to you guys. For any of you who guys are on it, we've been joking about it a lot tonight. I had that Peloton event, so I ran into Todd and Karen's house down in Tampa, in a full sweat. I'm much more calm, cool, and collected here this year. So last year, we had such a blast down in Florida for the first annual event that I had mentioned that night, just over dinner, that my wife, Karen, and I, obviously with our strong connection, which we'll get into here, of why this cure is in the works, why this means so much to us, the team at HeartWorks, the team at Mayo Clinic, we go back a long time now. We said, we'd be happy to host it. We'd be happy to host you guys down in the Carolinas and have you down to our house and just change the venue, bring some new energy and new people around the event. So here we are a year later. The HeartWorks team, I can attest, we did very little. I know this is our house, but we showed up this afternoon and it was done. You should see the operation and the production team behind it. It's a really well run and really just an incredible group. So thank you guys so much, Todd and Karen, for letting us kind of join forces with you guys. Tim, obviously we go back now maybe 10 years, 8, yeah, because TJ was just born. So just thank you so much for all of you. It's cool to see all the Zoom links and be able to get a look inside your homes and what you guys are doing. So a little backstory of why this CHD community means so much and why we always say yes. Anytime when Tim reaches out or a lot of groups around the country reach out to us to take part in their events, we pretty much, for the most part, say yes. And for those of you who know our story, you'll probably hear this again. But for those of you who don't, I think it's important to just understand the background and the context of why my wife, Karen, and I are, such strong advocates for this congenital heart community because of the experience we've gone through with our son, TJ. So in 2012, Karen and I had a son, TJ, who was born with a very serious congenital heart defect, which actually is the same heart defect that Gabrielle has, which is Gabrielle and Tim actually came down and visited us back in Charlotte. How long was it? 10 years ago? Shortly after TJ was born. And that was my first introduction to the work Tim and his team were doing at the Mayo Clinic. And obviously the incredible support you heard earlier, the support that the Wanek family has made. So my son TJ was born. He underwent 3 open heart surgeries at 2 days old, 5 months old, 2 years old, a lot of the same journey that so many of the other heart kids around the country have gone through. And then in 2021, TJ underwent a heart transplant. His single ventricle failed. He was put onto the transplant list. That was a wild time for us, a lot of uncertainty. And we stand here now. He, at the time, was 8. He's now 10 years old. He plays basketball. He plays baseball. He goes to school. He does everything a normal child can do. And the biggest message that we try to get out there is not so much the work we're doing or the work that it's events like tonight, groups like HeartWorks, doctors like Tim and his team, and families like the Waneks who have poured just countless resources and dollars and time and energy. The reason our son TJ is doing so well today is because sometime in the past, there was an event that raised $1. there was a group events that raised multiple dollars. And when pooled together with really smart people who know a lot more about this world than we do, our children benefited from that breakthrough. Our children benefited from the dollars raised or the research that was granted as a result of that one particular night. And that's what I think is so special about nights like today, like this, to have over 1,000 people, mostly sitting in the comforts of their own home, taking part in a fun, interactive kind of chef, we're cooking fun meals, me and Chef John, we're going to do that here in a second. But to just think that there's going to be children, and we very well never will meet them. We never will know their stories. We will impact the lives of countless families somewhere down the road because of the night tonight, because of the research that is funded tonight. And I just think when you take a step back and you kind of wrap your head around it and get that perspective, it's just truly remarkable what people of a like mind and with a common purpose, when they come together and put forth their best energies and put forth their best strength, what we can all accomplish. And the folks just that are sitting right off to the left side of this camera in our family room, and just the impact that they have made on this heart community. This is why we do it. And we love sharing our story. We love sharing our passion for continuing to elevate and increase access to care, because so many kids, unfortunately, throughout the country, they need it. And that's why tonight's so cool. We are going to have a fun night of cooking. You can ask my wife, I am by no means a chef. Thankfully, we have Chef John here. He's off camera. He is going to help me out. We have a really cool special guest. I do know who it is. You're going to be pumped. I only found out 2 hours ago. Of course, you guys have heard from Tim and his team at HeartWorks. You've heard about the Wanek family. So we are going to have a great night. I appreciate you guys again for letting me be a part of it, for allowing us to share our love and our passion for this very special cause, and for opening up our homes, not only to the HeartWorks team and not only to the Wanek family and their team, but to all of you throughout the world, I guess. And it's really cool for us. So thank you guys for spending a couple hours with us tonight. We look forward to sharing a little bit more about the work that Tim and his team are doing, some of the research, some of the breakthroughs that they're making on a daily basis. So it's really special. So I'm pumped to be back with Chef John. Did this. John Gleason, am I coming to you? Yeah, I'm coming to you. Okay, sorry, I'm new to this. I'm new to this camera stuff. John, thankfully for me, is going to take us through. We got salmon, we got all sorts of sides, we got all sorts of prep. He's done most of the work all afternoon in my kitchen. I'm going to be like your trusted sous chef.
Oh, it'll go
That's
great.
what they call me, right? I'm the sous chef.
For sure.
So thankfully for John, you take it away. You tell me what you need. My hands are moderately clean, but I'll let you have the meal I make.
All right. Well, you're going to eat your food, so it's all up to you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Chef John. I'm so thankful to be here for the second year as well. Really happy to be a part of this event. I'm a CHD survivor. In addition to that, I am also adopted from South Korea. And in 1980, my parents were adopting a second child from South Korea. And Korea reached out and said, the allotment, it was September, the allotment for adoptions was done, and you'll have to wait till the next year. And then they reached out, I don't know, a few days, week later, and was like, well, we do have this child who needs American doctors. He has an issue with his heart. We're not quite sure what it is, but if you want to adopt now, we can send over this boy and you can have, a second adoptee. So my parents, they thought about it, they prayed about it, and they decided, it's the right thing to do. And so they brought me over. I was able to get American doctors. And 12 years later, the procedure to fix my heart was invented, and I had 2 ablations. And so I'm still here, kicking, living a normal life. And so that's why, research, I was talking with Tim and Matt yesterday at breakfast. They were telling me all about the research. It's so important to donate to these type of causes to save as many kids and adults as possible. So, it means a lot to me. Okay, well, should we get on with it?
We're ready.
All right,
Let's go.
So if all of you have not turned on your oven, go run to the oven, turn it on 350 degrees. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about the box that you received. There's quite a few items in the box this year. All right. If you signed up for the kids pack, then you all received the little kids pack with the Sargento cheese and the Johnny Pops. Hopefully you put those in the freezer, and some coloring stuff and information there. So hopefully the kids have a fun time with that. All right. You also received some burrata cheese and some smoked salmon dip, some crostinis, some balsamic vinegar and olive oil. What we did was just put the balsamic vinegar and olive oil on the cheese, maybe that pesto that came with it, and maybe some of the red peppers. So that's a great little appetizer. So if you haven't done that and you're like, what should I do with these ingredients? That's a great way to do it. Oh yeah, it's really good. Burrata cheese is the greatest. Some of the sponsors that we got all this stuff from, FedEx, thank you FedEx for shipping all the boxes. I think we shipped 541 boxes this year, which is great. K-Town macarons made the macarons. If you haven't taken them out of the fridge or freezer, go ahead and do that. Let them come to room temperature.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a macaron and a macaroon?
So a macaroon.
I think the world needs to know.
Yeah. Yeah. A macaroon is it's the cookie with I'm totally blanking on
Come
the
on,
name.
John.
No, the coconut
I
cookie.
put him on the spot. Oh, you got
All
it.
right,
You got it.
coconut cookie. Yeah.
You got it. You
So
nailed it.
sometimes it's like oval coconut
So they're
cookie.
different. Those are
Lots
two
of
different
coconut.
things.
Yeah. So if you don't like
I've been dying
coconut,
to have
you don't
someone
like
answer me that. Thank you.
macaroons. If you the macarons are the stacked little cookies. They are gluten-free as well, if you're wondering. And then we have a Heart to Heart coffee. This is the second year that they've donated coffee. And then all of the other little bits, the tomatoes, the produce, cheese, a lot of the stuff came from Hy-Vee. And we want to thank Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee actually sent some employees and they helped pack all the boxes too. So thank you so much to Hy-Vee. And Greg, you're going to talk about a few more sponsors here.
Yeah, we got all sorts of. So obviously we've mentioned them a handful of times. Obviously Karen and Todd Wanek, not only with the support that they've done through the Mayo Clinic, you heard over $100 million over the last 13 years since the inception. It's just a mind-blowing commitment and just speaks to their passion. Obviously, it hits very close to home, but it's not necessarily work that maybe is going to impact their daughter today as much as it's going to impact thousands of lives throughout the country and the world as a result of their commitment. So it's just every time I hear that number, it's more and more mind-blowing. But they provided the salmon. So the salmon that you guys came from Superior Fresh. So that is their donation, their commitment to tonight. So you're going to teach me how to prepare salmon. I don't have a ton of experience. Tom and Bev Porter of Porter Family Vineyards, they donate all the wine. We haven't had that much so far here tonight, like 3 or 4 cases. It's been very slow starting. As you heard earlier, $650,000 in donations as we stand today. The rumor is a lot of you out there have a lot of big checks still to write, which is going to take us over that number. So thank you for all that in advance. We also have a really cool announcement. We're going to just kind of touch on it now, but we have a video later that we're going to have 3 families win a bedroom makeover. 3 children, obviously the children of the families. And that is all courtesy of Ashley Furniture, Furniture Mart, and Broad River Retail. So we are super excited to announce those 3 children and those 3 family winners. We'll do that a little later in the program. And then another really cool thing we're going to do tonight for everyone sitting at home, take a picture, take a selfie, fun, get your kids in it, get everybody who's enjoying this night together, get in it. We're going to, come on. All right, so you got your phone, John, show them what we're going to do. Come on, let's go.
So we're going to take the selfie. The phone number, I believe, is in the chat. So look in the chat, take the selfie. All right. All right.
Crush
Actually,
that.
are we using your phone number?
No, I'm not giving my phone number, but you're going to have John's phone number. I'm going to have them put it in the chat here in a minute. Oh, there you go. 507-223-4495. Text us your version. It won't be nearly as good as John and I's, but once you send it, we're going to get them. We're going to get like a mosaic tile. They're going to share it. You'll be able to see yourself. Super big deal. For any of you guys that are on social, please tag at We Build Hearts. That's the handle. Hashtag A Cure is in the works. Share this on social. Get your friends knowing it. Get them to come back next year. But for the time being, we're going to dominate tonight.
Okay, so
what else we got? Talk to me, John. Talk to me.
In addition to the food in your box, you all received a parchment paper in the shape of a heart. Now, if you're wondering what we're going to do with this is for the entree, all right?
Okay.
So we're going to come on over here. This is another photo op. So if you can all grab your parchment paper,
come on, grab
your kids. I think you should have plenty in there. and hold it up to the Zoom.
I see a lot of people.
We're gonna
Give
go
them a second
take
here,
a
John.
screenshot.
I see a lot of husbands being yelled at that they didn't grab the parchment paper and they're being directed to go grab it
Yeah.
off the counter. So give them a
Who
second.
threw it out, right?
Hold
We
on,
gotta cut
hold
some
on,
more.
hold on. They're coming back. Okay, I'm starting to see some hearts now in the boxes. See, you should have listened to your wife, guys, and prepped them.
All right, so we're just gonna hold it up. We'll wait a little bit. Let everyone screenshot. All right, so the hearts, this is for the entree, which is the salmon and papillote. So do you know what salmon and papillote is?
I know what salmon is.
All right, what would you guess in papillote means?
How do you spell it?
It's French.
Give me a country. Oh, I was just gonna ask for
yeah,
country
French.
of orientation. You beat me to it. I feel like I'm in a spelling bee. I have no idea.
All
Surprise
right,
me.
so it's salmon in a bag. Now, I don't know if
Salmon
you
in a what?
in a bag, which is a parchment. We're gonna make a little bag out of here and
Okay.
steam the salmon. Now, have you had that?
No, I don't even know what you're talking
Have you been camping and ever had food in a foil and thrown it on
Do I
fire?
look like I've ever been
I don't
camping?
know. A lot of you probably have done that. Camping, put some food in a foil, throw it in the fire. Very similar concept. All right. So we're going to do that
I'm gonna
tonight.
try that one day.
Yeah, it's good. All right.
All right, so where are we going? All right, so talk to me.
All right. So here's our battle station over here.
All right.
All
I
right.
told you I've moderately washed my hands.
That's
so
okay. That's okay. As you can see, there's one
hopefully
cutting
everyone at
board.
home, wash your hands.
As you can see, there's one cutting board, one knife. So we're relying on you. Don't let us down. Okay.
I'm ready. Talk to me.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so we are going to make the salmon first. We got to get that in the oven, let that start cooking. All right, 350 degrees in the oven. All right. So what we want to do is we're going to do our parchment papers and we're going to start creating the base. So what I want you to do is everyone grab their potatoes at home and go ahead and slice the potatoes nice and thin.
Don't cut your fingers. We don't not have insurance.
So the potatoes are going to be the base of the entree.
You
Nice
want me to
and
cut
thin.
all these?
You know, it's one of those things where you can fit as much food in as you can,
Yeah, I'm gonna pack it.
and that's okay.
You're gonna have to just.
I
keep
knew you
going.
were gonna pack
It's gonna
it.
take
That's
me a
okay.
minute, so you're gonna have to stall.
Well, everyone's doing it at home with us, so you know, there's some people that'll be faster, some that'll be slower.
Right now, my wife's asking me why I never ask to help her. It's fine. She'll just let me know.
Now, many of you did sign up for the box,
Sure,
but I
not
do
Chef
know that some of you also signed up after and got the recipe card and are just following along because you want to donate to the cause. So we thank everyone that's participating tonight. Okay, so when you put the potatoes on, put it on the right side, if you can come in here. So make sure to put it on the right side of the heart. So we're going to fold it over.
The right ventricle for any of you heart
That's
kids out
right.
there. There's gonna be an anatomy class after this. I'm sorry. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm sorry.
There's no
you're making
rush.
me
There's no
nervous.
rush. People at home are cooking along,
You're
having a
making
good
me
time.
nervous.
Now, I started cooking when I was 4 years old. I started making eggs. I don't know if that was a great idea for my parents to let me do that. I would stand on a chair and cook at the stove. So I'm sure we have a lot of young cooks out there that are helping out tonight. Okay, so we got some potatoes. All right. In your box, you had the Italian dressing. So the Italian dressing is going to serve twofold, both in the salmon and papillote as well as the salad. So once you're done with the layer of potatoes, you'll want to put some of the Italian dressing just right on the potatoes. Now, if it's a little messy, that's okay. The bag will hold the sauce inside. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We are going to do orange pepper next.
Which way do I cut
All right.
it?
So just cut it straight down the middle.
This way
Nope,
or this way?
that way. Oh, that way.
This
Yeah,
way?
perfect.
Okay.
All right. And then we reach inside and just pull it open.
Got it. I can do that. Oh, that was easy.
All right. And then if you want to just cut out the little white.
Cut out the white part?
Yeah, that's a little tough.
Why are you guys laughing over there? Nothing funny about this. We're making.
Yeah.
How good am I at eating? How
Great.
good am I at eating?
It's been 1 year since we did this before.
Have I gotten any
you've cooked
better?
every day, right?
Have I gotten any better? Is that better? Did I
That's
get all the
perfect.
white
That's
stuff
perfect.
out? Hold on, I got one more.
All right. Now, if you have other vegetables at home, Feel free to use other vegetables. The dishes that we cook are very flexible. If you are unable to have one of the vegetables, then leave that out, put some more of a different vegetable in.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do,
Talk to me.
all right, go ahead and cut it in half. All right, we're just gonna cut little spears now. All right, again, nice and thin.
Lost my job.
No, go ahead.
Was that a sign that I was doing a bad job and you were just passive aggressively telling me that?
All right, I love seeing all the Zoom cameras set up in the kitchen. This is different for most of you probably, but it's great to have you along in the kitchen. All right, wonderful. I think that should be enough.
That's enough pepper?
Yeah, go ahead and put half on yours, half on mine.
Okay.
Now we're gonna do the red peppers, and you're gonna do similar, just nice thin juliennes.
I'm gonna wow somebody at a dinner party when I go, wow, your pepper, it's a really nice julienne.
All right, Kelly and Mike say in the chat that you're crushing it.
Thank you, Kelly and Chef Greg. from
Chef Greg.
Plants 1215Z. Thank you, Chef 15Z.
All right, wonderful. Go ahead and put half on yours,
I
half
don't
on
feel like I
mine.
did as good a job with the red, and I'll say it because you didn't want to say it, but it's fine.
Okay, now we're gonna put the salmon on. So
Okay.
get your salmon if you haven't taken it out and pat it dry. And then go ahead and put salt and pepper on both sides.
I don't know if there's anything coming out of here. I'm just gonna pretend there is. Oh, there is.
I don't know, it's your salt and pepper grinder, so,
Don't judge
you
me.
know. Is it just for display or what?
Relax. Chef John, don't judge me. Oh, there's definitely pepper in here. That's yours.
All right, I'll flip it and then you can do the other side.
Peanut gallery over there is doing a lot of judging and not a lot of working.
Now make sure everyone
Beyond
that you're,
Thanksgiving.
make sure you're still taking pictures of everything. Post to social, tag us. All
And
right,
We build hearts.
salmon for you, salmon for me. Right on top.
Yeah. Oh, you were telling me. Sorry. Thought you were just resetting.
Okay, now we've got
Peppers
some,
are making my nose.
now we got the onions here. Go ahead and just put a little on top. Perfect.
This looks
And
delicious.
we're gonna do a little more of the dressing.
Okay. Can never have enough.
Okay, now we've got some rosemary and thyme. So go
Love.
ahead, we'll put one on top. Now you can put as much thyme and rosemary as you want. It just adds flavor.
Love that.
All right. And then we have some butter.
Yeah.
Now the
we're-
butter we'll put right on top and it'll just
Obviously.
melt right in.
This is heart healthy butter, correct?
Oh, yeah.
How's everybody doing? Should we do a check real fast and make sure everyone's keeping up? Can we get a
I don't
bunch of
know.
head nods if everyone's doing okay? Thumbs up, maybe? Slow, sorry, we're timing. Noah's mom, sorry. Is it a cure is in the works or without an is? With an is, Nicole. Good question. We're gonna let everyone catch up. We're in no rush.
Uh-oh. All right. So if you're missing a few of
Someone
the
said they're
items.
Still on the potatoes.
So if no worries. If you're
Sorry.
missing a few of the items, you can replace with different vegetables. If you're missing the Italian dressing, use olive oil, maybe some white wine. Some white wine goes really well with this. The alcohol will cook off and just leave a lot of the flavor.
Love that.
Should we put some white wine in ours?
Yeah, obviously.
All right. Let's do
Porter
that.
Family Vineyards.
Oh, yes. Porter Family Vineyards.
We'll get some.
All right. We'll get a glass of the white wine.
We're on it. But we definitely should put some white wine in it.
Okay, so
Here
What-
it is. Here, I'll come get it from you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Porter family.
okay, so we still have the tomatoes.
Tom, we miss you. We miss you, buddy.
Next year, Tom. All
Next
right,
year, you're
so
coming back.
I'm putting the tomatoes in. Okay, so
Do
we're
I
not
just
gonna
dump them,
we're not,
right?
we're
That
not gonna
didn't
dump it in
feel
yet.
right.
There's
That
a
didn't
there's a
feel right.
trick to this.
Talk
Okay.
to me.
All right, so let's review. Let everyone catch up here. All right, not catch up. We just went too fast. All right. Yeah, someone's using the pesto. Amy, that's a great idea. The pesto would go great with this. All right, so we thinly cut the vegetables. And the reason we're doing that is so that they cook in the same time as the salmon, all right? We put the potatoes on the bottom. We got the pepper. We got both peppers. We got the salmon, the oregano or the thyme and the rosemary, the butter, and the tomatoes. Now, I know some of you are adding different vegetables and some are using different seasonings and wine or no wine. All right, Greg's got that NFL speed. You still got it?
Thank you, Jessica and Will.
You coming back? Is that a sign?
No, I'm not coming back. I'm so far away from that. I've eaten 3 pounds of burrata cheese tonight.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we're gonna continue here. So what we want to do now here's the part where we make this parchment paper into the bag. All right. So the parchment paper, we try to, we cut it big. It's going to be different sizes. It's no worries. All right. This part might get a little bit messy, but we want to make sure that we get a good, nice seal on it. All right.
I didn't put any wine on it.
We're going to put wine on.
Sorry,
Yeah. We're
I
going
got
to seal it
excited.
halfway,
I
then
got
put some wine
excited.
on. Okay. So we want to make sure that the salmon and the vegetables are kind of in the middle. All right. Because when we fold this over, we're going to seal it along the edge. All right. And when we get to about here, we'll put some wine in.
Love
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Just you
And-
show, I'll follow.
And if you need to move the vegetables around, you can. All right. So we're going to fold it over, start at the bottom. All right.
Yep.
And you're going to fold upwards. So maybe an inch, inch and a half,
Okay.
and then put a nice seal.
Got it.
Another inch, inch and a half, nice seal.
Got it.
Now, Greg, why are we folding upwards and not downwards?
So it doesn't leak out the bottom.
Yeah, there you go. What doesn't leak?
All the white wine.
wine, right,
Yeah,
right.
So you're not an
Yeah,
animal.
yeah. Okay.
So
Now,
just keep folding that.
yes. Now, it doesn't have to be super tight. If there's some room, that's okay, because what it's going to do is steam. And so it'll poof up a little bit while it steams. All right. And we're going to keep folding nice and tight all the way around. Now, sometimes these do pop open. That's okay. We're going to put it on a sheet tray. Okay. So I've got a little hole in the top of mine right before we seal it completely.
I feel like this is a lot of stress. I just want to dump the wine in it.
All right. People are saying we need to get you the wine. You've had some wine. You got the wine.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Stacy.
All right. So if you need to go back
I have a
around a
little-
second time and seal it, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
All right, let's put this
It
on.
can't
here.
be too tight. Okay. Now we got to have some teamwork here. Okay.
The teamwork makes the.
All right. I'm going to hold the
Heart-
packet and you pour a little wine in, maybe just like a tablespoon. I'll just,
I have
I'll
no
just,
idea. how
I'll
much
just
a
tell you when.
tablespoon is. Don't insult me.
All right. When? All right. So tablespoon, everyone. People at home know what a tablespoon is.
Yeah, thanks. Here.
Wait, you need
Come
that
on,
one for
camera,
yours.
Come on,
Okay.
come on. The man of the hour. Come on, come join us. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Everyone say hello.
Todd Wannick.
Everyone say hello, Todd. Thank you for the wine. Are you
Okay.
gonna want a swig? It's like we're back in college.
Okay. What did you do to yours?
I
Hold
don't know
on.
what I did to
Hold
mine. You
on.
can fix it if you'd like.
All right. We just
Everyone
gotta
John.
shove it back in there. All right. All right. You gotta pour. Now this is yours. Okay. You want to do red wine?
I'm just
I don't know. White wine.
Are we on to something?
Okay. So this is yours. So you
This is
decide.
mine?
You decide. All right.
That was like a tablespoon and a half. I'm bigger than you.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So you got your salmon and papillotes.
Who do
Half
you
a
think
heart?
rolled theirs better?
Maybe we should put it like, well,
If you put the hearts together.
I know that's
it-
what I was
It's
thinking.
kind of what
but-
HeartWorks is doing. They're trying to put the heart back together.
All right.
You see the symbolism there, everyone?
So we're gonna put this in the oven again, 350 degrees. It's gonna go in for about 17 minutes.
That should allow the person who's just finishing cutting their potatoes, you should be just about done. Kidding. Not a lot of laughs on the screen. It's a focused group.
Okay, wonderful. Let's clean up a
So
little
now
bit
what do we
here.
do?
All right,
Isn't
so
that the rule? When you
now,
cook, you should always clean in between, like clean
Oh,
as
yeah.
you go. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but that's what I've heard.
okay, so now we are gonna use this
Making a
wonderful
salad.
chopped salad from Superior Fresh. All right, so it's organic. They've got different lines of greens, so make sure to check out their website. This is their chopped salad. It's a new item, and we're gonna use this tonight. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do first, now this salad, we're gonna kind of build again from the bottom top. So go ahead, put the greens in the bowl.
Before I embarrass myself, there was a little rip at the top for anyone who wasn't strong enough, you know. Really
Wonderful.
good lettuce.
I'll take that.
Thank you.
And then go ahead and put some Italian dressing on
Do I have
there.
to mix this at all? Or are you okay? That is.
Yeah, you can mix it up a little bit
Yeah,
every
make sure
time.
we get all the
It
juice.
settles.
Yeah, exactly. All right, how much you thinking here, chef?
You know, I would say maybe 6 tablespoons.
How many is this?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what you do is you put dressing in, you mix it up. If you need some more, you mix some more. All right. Dressing's one of those things though, where the longer it sits, it'll wilt the lettuce. So you always put in less than you think you might need because it'll add to the lettuce.
It's fine.
All right.
The
Well,
dogs will
yeah,
eat it.
no one saw that. No one saw that.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna build this out. So go ahead. Let's put the leaves.
Put the leaves
Lettuce on
the plate-
first?
plate it.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the perfect amount of dressing.
Oh, that looks great.
Thank you. Which one's yours?
Whichever one.
I'll put a little more TLC into yours. There you go. That's yours.
Wonderful. All right. We've got some Kalamata olives.
Do I cut them up?
We're gonna cut them in half, and we got some pickles.
I'm
So
not
go
gonna put
ahead.
pickles on mine.
You don't have to. No worries.
Not in personal. Do I cut the pickles in half too, chef?
You can do either way. Now I
you tell
noticed
me
with
what
those
would you-
Kalamata olives, you cut them the wide way.
Is that not the right way?
I don't know. Every time we cut something, you always ask, and it's always a long way. So
what you're
you
telling me
thought
is I
that the
screwed up.
Kalamata olives was going to be the wide
They
way.
were stumpy. Here's what I'll do. I don't like olives, so I'll give you the long way.
Wait, you don't like olives or pickles?
I'm gonna put them on because I have this saying, you don't insult the chef.
Well, that's the thing with these dishes. It's very flexible with whatever
All right,
vegetables.
how would you like me to cut these? They're
Let's
rather
just
circular,
throw them
so-
on.
So I'm gonna assume that no matter which, you just want me to throw
Let's
them
just
on?
throw them on. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the tomatoes you can just cut in half.
And they're circular too, so I don't think there's a lot of stress on which way I do it, correct?
Well, you try to
You have
find
to go, should I go parallel to the stem?
There's an end. Yeah. Go
Okay.
parallel with that.
Okay. That was a juicy one. I'll give you that one. I feel like the knife is an important ingredient in the kitchen. Is that
Oh
fair?
yeah. Yeah. You always want a sharp knife. If your knives are dull, they're more dangerous than sharp knives because they can slip. And that's what happens a lot.
Good point.
All right. So tomatoes look great.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of you, well, I don't know. Some of you got an avocado in your box, and some of you got guacamole in your box.
Interesting.
Raise your hand if you got avocado.
Turn your camera off if you got off.
All right, we're gonna get
Thank
to
you,
that in
Jen
a second.
Horn. Thank you, Jen Horn.
Oh,
see
yeah.
you. Jen Horn, you are seen.
It's a big week for you.
It's a huge week. HeartWorks. Kelly giving her a little love. That's our friend. This is great. I could just stare at this. You can keep cooking. I'm just
All
gonna
right.
watch everyone compliment me.
It's scallion time. All right, so we're gonna cut some scallions.
My wife loves scallions,
Oh, scallions are great.
so I'm gonna put extra in hers.
Sounds good.
How would you like me to cut these?
So-
Long way looks challenging.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Just chop them this way.
Short way?
Yeah. About half a
The long
centimeter.
way, I'd have to be like a ninja. That was a
All
little
right,
big.
I think that's perfect.
Okay. Aren't I supposed to like?
Yeah, you could do that.
I see people do that all the time. Am I doing that
It
right?
looks great. Yeah.
I watch people do this a lot. I don't necessarily do it. I actually felt like that went pretty well.
Every piece is equal size. It's great.
Jen Horn thinks I did great.
Now, if you have any onions left, you can throw those on top. We're going to do that.
It's fine.
Now we're going to deal with this avocado situation.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to me.
Okay. So what we're going to do, if you got guacamole, what we're going to do is we're going to add the guacamole to that bowl and we're going to mix it with the Italian dressing.
You didn't warn me that you took the top off. I just stuck my thumb in it.
Well, you're the one eating this again.
So just
So
like,
go ahead, use the spoon.
it's not my finger.
And you're going to just mix the avocado with the Italian dressing that you got.
Interesting. This is interesting. What's your rule on like rinsing your hands off in the middle of cooking? Is that
Yeah.
allowed?
Yeah, here's a towel.
All right, thanks.
We always carry a towel next to us.
Always chefs. All right, what should I do now?
All right, go ahead and mix that up.
With the same spoon?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
If you need some more Italian.
Yeah,
Put
we
some
can never
in.
have enough. What's your favorite style cuisine to cook, would you say, while I stir?
So I own Bop and Chicken, and that's Korean American. We do Korean fried chicken and bibimbap. So that's, right now that's my favorite.
Healthy fried chicken, obviously.
Oh, obviously,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
not animals.
Okay, so what we've
next
done.
year, maybe you bring some of that for the
Oh,
side, for the
for
guy
sure.
off camera.
I don't know. Well, one of these years we'll get a fryer involved, right? Okay, so what we've done is made,
Zoom in on that.
avocado dressing.
Zoom in
sort
on
of.
that. You guys see that? It's magic.
All right, so go ahead if you want, put that on top.
So you dressed it with the dressing, then we're gonna dress it on top
Well,
again.
I kind of forgot that we were gonna do this.
No, stop it.
So
Edit that out.
you underdressed it, so we'll
Thank
add
you.
it
Yeah,
to it
just
then.
blame me for your mistake. That's fine.
All right, now if you got an avocado, all right, what you want to do is just cut it in half, and you're just gonna score it with a knife. All right, so it's nice and scored. And then you'll grab a spoon and just kind of
This looks
get that
amazing.
avocado out of there. All right. And you can just set that on top of the salad.
I gotta be honest. The dressing mixed with that avocado, guacamole, whatever you want to classify it as.
Yeah, it's good. All right, let's do some Parmesan cheese.
How come I didn't get avocado on mine?
Maybe that is yours.
No, that was yours. I
Because
told you that in the beginning.
extra olives and pickles.
It's fine.
All right.
What am
so
I doing?
Parmesan cheese on top, just a little goes a long way. Wonderful.
Is that enough?
Oh, that's great.
How much would you like? Tell me when.
No, that's great.
Because unlike you, I'm gonna worry about your dish as well.
Whenever I go to the Olive Garden, the guy's just there pouring cheese and pepper on.
Oh,
mine.
just scraping it. I always turn it down.
Okay, so roll your lemon.
Yeah, why is that?
So when you roll the lemon, it kind of activates the juices. All right, it separates it from the skin on the inside, activates the juices.
That's the info you just can't get anywhere.
No. All right, go ahead, cut your lemon in
Should
half.
cut it long way or short way?
What do you think?
I'm gonna stay with long way.
Yeah, that's
Even
fine.
though if I was doing this myself, I would have
You
cut
could
it
do it
down.
shortly too.
No, it's your show.
When you add fruit to your drinks, to your beverages, like old fashioned?
Todd told me I made him a B old fashioned because I didn't put fruit in it. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't own a produce set. I'm sorry, I don't own my own produce
just-
company. I'm sorry.
You were like, ice doesn't have fruit
I was
in
like,
it?
you got ice, just drink it.
Ice and whiskey.
You're lucky we have ice.
All right, so no, you're just gonna squeeze some lemon juice on top.
just like this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh my God. Oh God, that's on my foot.
Next to the lettuce down there.
I already picked the lettuce up, okay? I'm gonna put it on, you know how
Yeah.
everyone knows which one Chef John's is? John's the one that took the nice big hunk of avocado. That's his.
We can give you some
No,
avocado.
it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's fine.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I think those look great.
Can we get him on camera?
Yeah, make sure at home you're taking pictures and adding them.
This one's John's because he put his avocado on it. Everyone show us. Everyone show us what you got. Ooh, I see someone made a margarita. What do we got? Everyone show your dish.
Dana, that looks great, Dana.
Show us. Oh, very nice. Oh, we're going now. Is the person who was cooking the potatoes done? This is great. You guys are crushing.
Well,
Crushing.
great. All right. Well, salad's done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep cooking the salmon on papillote. And right now, I'm gonna turn it over to Karen Wanek, the owner of Superior Fresh.
Job, John. Job, John.
Hello, everyone. Todd and I are honored to share this evening with over 1,000 of you who love and support heart families like ours. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Karen Wanek, and I am the mother of Gabrielle Wanek, who has been successfully living with HLHS for 27 years. We are so proud of our daughter, her accomplishments, and where she is in her life right now. In 2011, Todd and I put our trust in Dr. Tim Nelson, and we have not been disappointed. The HeartWorks team, led by Tim, have made tremendous advancements in the world of congenital heart defects and beyond. Tim, you and your team's focus and dedication to this mission has surpassed anything we could have imagined when we started this journey. This event tonight is also very special to Todd and I because it is the perfect culmination of so many of our passions. Superior Fresh is the world's largest USDA certified organic aquaponics facility. It is responsible for raising the salmon and greens you will all be enjoying for dinner tonight. Our Atlantic salmon holds the American Heart Association's Heart Check Food Certification mark, which means our food aligns with the American Heart Association's recommendations for healthy eating. It is our mission to improve and increase awareness for heart-healthy food options, as well as to continue to support research to a cure for congenital heart defects. Our salmon are raised on an organic, non-GMO diet, rich in oil and not fed vegetable oil. What this means is that our salmon at Superior Fresh consistently test over 3 times the omega-3s, which are the anti-inflammatory fatty acids and key to the health of growing a strong and healthy heart and brain. Because we do not have any omega-6s in our salmon's diet, there are no omega-6s in our salmon, which are the inflammatory fats. Our salmon are grown in a controlled environment and therefore never see antibiotics or pesticides. The same farming mentality applies to our organic greens that are grown with the nutrient-rich water from our salmon. I would like to express my gratitude to Brandon Gotsacker, the president of Superior Fresh, and to the Superior Fresh team back in Wisconsin who raised the salmon, leafy greens, and the pesto you will be enjoying tonight. Our team, with the help of HeartWorks and Hy-Vee members, coordinated, assembled, and shipped all of these meal kits out to you. Now I would like to pass the spotlight over from one heart mom to another. Erin is an incredible heart mom to Bella, who is 10 years old and living with HLHS. Erin is also the founder of Beats for Bella, which has raised over $250,000 for HeartWorks. Lastly, Erin is now a member of the HeartWorks team, and we could not be more grateful to have her on board. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night so far. It's been incredible. I want to thank Greg and Kara for opening up their house to HeartWorks this year, as well as their advocacy in the heart community. I also want to take a minute to thank the families, everybody here tonight. We are a heart family. My name is Erin Burkowski. I'm the president of Beats for Bella. This is my main chick right here. And everything we do is for her. And for all the heart kids, whether they're babies or grown adults, we want to see a future without congenital heart disease, right? We want the cure. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many of you already over Zoom, and look forward to meeting so many more. So I want to thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here tonight with us. I'm here to kick off the HeartWorks Family Advisory Board, which is really wonderful and exciting. It's a great step to unite families, to give our families more of a voice, more of a consistent voice, and to have the important conversations that are the foundation for awareness, for engaged communities, and for dollars raised. I know we're all here for the right reasons, for the same reasons, for the cure. And your contributions are what empower HeartWorks to do what they do. Every day they go to work and they think of your kids. So please know that we're gonna do everything that we can from the family end to inspire, to empower, and to give hope to this community. So I'm gonna announce some special people who have achieved the $10,000 goal throughout the campaign to be our first board members for the HeartWorks Family Advisory Board. So I want to congratulate and welcome, I'm going to have to look at this, so forgive me. Kaylee Plowman with Evidence Hope, Jenny Keel, Asher's mom, Ali Scalamenos with the Whole Heart Foundation, Jessica Mara, Charlotte's mom, Britt Melsheimer with A Cure for Evan, Ashley, John, and Ted Brust in honor of Caden, and Tara Chamberlain, Griffin's mom. I want to welcome you guys and congratulate you for your amazing fundraising efforts throughout this campaign. Speaking on behalf of HeartWorks, we are incredibly grateful to you, and we want this group to grow. So the more people that hit that $10,000 mark, welcome. We have loud voices. Heart families are strong. So welcome, and I can't wait to travel this road with you guys. And with that, I'm going to transition over and introduce Mr. Paul Cardell, who is Heart Hero, and he is going to share his message of life, love, and hope through his music. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of this evening. God bless.
Hello, everyone. I am Paul Cardall. When I'm not composing music, I'm here in my studio hosting my podcast, talking to people all over the world about what they're doing to heal hearts. And that is something that Dr. Nelson is doing with HeartWorks. So I'm so thrilled to be here and be part of this. Coming into this world with only a single functioning ventricle, it is not something I would not change. I love my experiences. I've felt so much suffering and misery in my life, but in the suffering and the misery, I've come to recognize how much love there is in the world, my family, my community, and then to love other people, my children, my wife. The whole purpose of life in our suffering is that we find meaning. And so I'm so grateful to be alive, to thrive, to survive. Now with my heart transplant, it's like they gave me the keys to a Porsche, and I just keep moving and moving. And I do want to live a long time, and I want other people to have the same experience, to fall in love, to go to college, to get a job they love, to have children, to do all these amazing things I've been so blessed to do. Now through music, a gift God gave me a long time ago, I've been able to communicate how I truly feel. Where words fail, music speaks. And so I want to share with you one of my songs in a performance from my album Peaceful Piano. There's nothing better than going home from the hospital. And I want to thank again HeartWorks and Dr. Nelson, your team, everybody involved in getting us to the place where we get fixed, repaired, and we get to go home. So this is On My Way Home from my album Peaceful Piano.
Well, Paul, I think I can speak for everyone when I say you accomplished, if your goal was to make everyone emotional and teary-eyed, I think judging from the comment section and judging by the room that I'm standing in, I think you accomplished it. I mean, just thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your beautiful music. And it really struck a chord when you said you got your heart transplant. It felt like now you're like got a Porsche engine and you're rolling. My son, TJ, who got his heart transplant about 1.5 years ago, he is a different kid. He is a different outlook on life, a different ability to live life and thrive. So those words that you shared hit close to home with us, and I'm sure hit close to home with, you know, the over 1,000 people in the congenital heart family that are watching this. So thank you so much, Paul, for joining us and sharing your message of hope and sharing just the impact that this has had on your life and your family's life, and your outlook is special. I'm going to make sure my son sees your perspective, because I think it's important for these kids to see. Reminder, continue to send us in your photos, pictures of your group, pictures of your food. Sorry.
We're live.
We're live. Okay. But thank you guys so much. You know, we're just continue to send those pictures in, make them fun, make them funny. We're going to continue to share them. You can see some of them. I'm assuming you guys can see them in this little 2 box that I see off to my side. So it's super cool. Great families coming together for the same cause that we're all here for. So just an unbelievable night continues. John, I'm going to turn it over to you for what is a very big special announcement.
Very well said, Greg. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Paul, as well. All right, we're about to make some kids very happy. Let's announce the winners of the Ashley Furniture Bedroom Giveaway. Drum roll.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being with us tonight. My name is Manny Rodriguez, and I am the Chief Operating Officer with Broad River Retail. We are so thankful and privileged to be partnered and be a licensee partner with Ashley Furniture, the greatest name in furniture. We like to say the greatest furniture company to have ever existed. And on behalf of Ashley Furniture, Furniture Mart, and Broad River Retail, we'd like to thank HeartWorks for the incredible work they do each day as they strive to find a cure for congenital heart disease. It's an honor to be with you tonight as we look to recognize 3 heart heroes with a new bedroom makeover. And so we are excited to get the party started in announcing our first winner. Drum roll, please. Our first winner of the night is from right here in the Carolinas, up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Congratulations to Miles Williams. So excited for you, Miles. And Williams family, we will be in contact with you soon to talk through your Ashley-inspired bedroom makeover. So excited for you all. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our good friend, Kurt, as he walks us through and takes us through the next winner of the night. Thank you all. Kurt, over to you.
Great evening, everyone. Wow, what an incredible event this evening. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their dinner and cooked it exactly the way the chef prescribed it. My name is Kurt Haynes. I run the Ashley Home Stores on the West Coast, and just excited to be a part of this HeartWorks event tonight and all of the progress that they've made over the years, and just to celebrate that this evening. Again, thank you for everyone involved, Todd, Karen, Tim, all of you that have participated and donated to this incredible event and organization. Just looking forward to all of the future developments and everything that they've done and continue to do. So super excited about that. Well, tonight we have the pleasure of giving away a bedroom makeover. Super excited about that as well. And the winner of tonight's bedroom makeover is Sula Bralsma of Gilbert, Arizona. Congratulations, Sula, and we look forward to coming over and doing a bedroom makeover for you. So excited for you. Everybody enjoy the evening. Incredible blessing that we're all a part of, and look forward to the continued progress.
Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Price. I'm the CEO of Furniture Mart USA, and we are a proud licensee of Ashley Furniture. We are honored to be a part of this evening with you all and to help support HeartWorks in their effort to find a cure for congenital heart disease. I'm excited to announce the winner of our Ashley Furniture Bedroom Makeover, Isaac Williams of Kaysen, Minnesota.
super cool. Again, congratulations to Sula, Miles, and Isaac. Thank you to Manny of Broad River Retail. Manny is actually here at my house, so he is very fast. I don't know where that he got from that showroom back to the family room very quickly. Well done, Manny. Kurt and Ashley Furniture, as well as Corey and Furniture Mart. Thank you guys. So, oh, here they are. Everyone's up here. All right, we got the whole crew up here. Everybody wave. You're on America's Funniest Home Videos. Awesome. Well, thank you guys all so much. That was super cool to see the excitement on your face. We can't wait to see. Hopefully next year they can show us the finished product and you guys can show us how the rooms turned out. That would be fun. But I'm going to turn it back over here to John. John, did we go past 17 minutes or are we good?
I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
All right, we're good. All right, we're going to take them out of the oven now.
All right, so you're going to take your bags out of the oven. Now there's two ways to do this. You can either open up the bag and then take everything out and put it on a plate.
No.
But the whole point of the bag is to serve it at the table, you know, have the guests open it up.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do, which one? What you think this one's yours?
The one that's
a
wrapped
little
better is mine. Remember,
All
the
right.
salad with the avocado is yours.
Okay, so I think that one's yours. This is mine.
Okay.
Okay, now the key when opening these is be very careful because there is steam inside. All right. So if you want to start at a corner, you can kind of unwrap it a little bit.
This looks
Pull it open.
amazing. Oh my God. Get in there. Get in there. Zoom that thing in. Holy.
Now see how the liquid stayed inside? Then you know you did a
Because
good
we're
job.
fantastic
That's
wrappers.
right. That's right. Okay, now there's one last ingredient
So
that
would you
goes on
recommend,
top.
real quick, because I know, do we eat it off the paper? Or would you recommend like dumping it onto the
No,
plate? What
no,
do
you can
think?
eat it off the paper.
Okay.
All right, so we got one more ingredient on top here.
Talk to me.
Or lemon juice.
Oh, great.
All right.
Should I cut it long way?
I think you know how to do this now.
I'm just kidding. A new knife.
New knife.
It's like a wardrobe change.
Wait,
I'm like
hold on.
Madonna. I got to roll the lemon.
There we go.
Don't embarrass yourself, okay? Roll the lemon.
We learn something new every year.
I've learned so much from you, John.
All right.
All right,
go
so
ahead.
cut it long way. Don't be an animal and cut it the short way. Then take it. 1, 2, in the
Perfect.
sink.
All right, I got my wine.
I got mine.
Are we gonna taste these?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna taste yours. I
All
want
right,
to
I'll
see.
eat
I want to see
yours.
what yours tastes like.
I'm gonna eat yours. We're gonna do a switcheroo. Now, are you gonna like scoop it all up there together? You're gonna eat just the salmon?
Well, I'll try the salmon first.
I'm gonna be so anti-inflammatory tomorrow. Hot. Oh my God. It's lava. It's lava. Guys, blow on it. It's very hot. We're gonna take a commercial break. We're gonna be back. It's delicious, but I have no taste buds. That's amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. You did a great
You
job.
should be a chef.
I didn't do any of this. You did it all.
True.
All right. We got our salad as well. Let's try the salad.
But you're not eating the one with the avocado on top. You
Oh,
did the old
I'm
switcheroo.
avocado dressing. That's great.
I need a fork. All right, this is a big moment here. Feel a lot of pressure eating on camera.
Now, again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for today. At the end credits, you'll see all the sponsors again, but especially Superior Fresh and Porter Family Vineyards. This is actually a Porter Family Vineyard wine right here.
And Porter Vineyard wine in the actual salmon. We
Yes.
went white.
So Porter Family Vineyards is out of California. Superior Fresh does both the salmon and the greens. They're out of Wisconsin. And then for dessert, you should have some macarons, chocolate and vanilla,
Not to be confused with a
macaroon,
Nicely done.
coconut cookie.
obviously.
These are from K-Town Macarons in Minneapolis. I'm gonna have a chocolate one.
That is amazing. I hope all of yours at home came out as good as ours. Even though it was lava and hot, it was delicious.
So we failed to take pictures of ours before we ate it. Greg just dove right in.
Send us pictures of yours, though. That's what we want to see. It's not about us. We want to see what you guys did. How'd we do? Can we see some pictures?
Guys, you done eating yet? What's going on?
Oh, we're still eating. I don't know. These macarons are great. How's the wine?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Can't cheers wine. It's bad luck.
I don't know. This is amazing. Incredible. I've got some good news, guys.
All right, you're up.
All right, well, everyone settle in for the rest of the program and have a great dinner. Thank you.
All right, Tim, you're up.
Greg, we got a special guest here. Who's the most famous person with congenital heart disease in the world, do you think?
Gabrielle.
Well done. Well done.
Next
Good
question.
answer. Second most famous person.
I think we all have a good idea. At least
Well-
I do. I'll let you do the honor.
Can we find him on the screen?
Where is he at?
Where's our buddy?
Paging.
We're paging.
There he is.
Oh my God, you guys, look who showed up.
What's up? Sean White. Let's go.
Mr. Sean
Hi.
White. How you doing, Sean?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh my God, it's so good to have you. Where are you calling in from today?
Oh, I'm at a friend's house. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. You just didn't want us to see your pool.
Of course. How's it going?
Really good. We wish you were with us here tonight, but it's so great to have you join us and share a little bit of your story of the congenital heart world, your
Yeah.
story. And I think everybody knows you, but tell them your story, which they might not know.
No, it's pretty wild. You know, when I was first born, you know, I was diagnosed with tetralogy of Fallot. You know, it was really tough for my family at that time. My sister was, you know, undergoing surgeries for, you know, other ailments, and you know, I was kind of the afterthought. And then all of a sudden, I was turning blue. I wasn't getting enough oxygen, and my parents brought me in, and sure enough, got rushed to the emergency room. And you know, it was a pretty hectic start to my life, you know, but from then on, it was an interesting journey because, you know, I knew about my heart condition. I was told about it from my doctors, from my parents and things, but my parents really let me find my own limits, which was pretty incredible. And I think those limits, as you can tell by my what I do for a living, those limits were a lot a lot more than what people thought. You know, I was supposed to be very inactive, sluggish child, and not into sports and things like that, but it was the complete opposite. I was able to find my boundaries and my limits on my own. And you know, a wild thing happened where, you know, snowboarding wasn't even an Olympic sport, and out of nowhere, you know, we got big enough to become an Olympic discipline, and I found myself at the Olympics. And to be truthful with everyone, I actually hid the fact that I had a heart condition. You know, I didn't want it to be my label. I didn't want it to kind of outshine who I was as a person at the time. You know, I didn't want the headlines to be "cardiac kid makes good at the half pipe," or, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be me, and not have this thing hanging over me. And so at my second Olympics, I actually, you know, brought it into the light, and I talked about my heart condition and you know, everything I went through as a kid. And I am so thankful that I did, because I'm you know, I got flooded with messages from people who were either about to go through the same thing, or they had a child or a relative or someone that was actually going in for a heart condition less severe than mine, and they heard about me and they're like, "Oh, this will be a breeze." You know, I was able to, you know, instill some hope in people, and I just absolutely love that. And so ever since then, you know, I've just been honored to come on and talk like I am today. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, I can tell you, Sean, as a father of a young son, he's 10, who has a very serious congenital heart defect, very similar to your story. I can remember years back when you decided to share your journey in the heart space, and we always told our son, he was young, we always just referred to it as, hey, he has a special heart just like you do. So here we are, like the rest of the world, we're sitting on the couch, we're showing, or probably at the time he was, you know, 5 or 6, give or take. And we're like, look what he can do. Like, if he can do that and you're flipping and dying and doing it, I'm like, you're never going to do that, but you can do anything else. Right. So like, yeah, you know, it was always, it's your story to tell, and it's your journey, but just on behalf of families who get to use you as an inspiration, who get to use you as a story of, you see what you can be if you don't limit yourself. Like, if it wasn't for you sharing your stories, fathers like me, families like ours, families like everyone who's tuning in right now, like, they use you to kind of share that hope and share that future. So thank you. Like, thank you for sharing it, because I know our son TJ is going to be thrilled the fact that you were on this, because
I love that.
He knows your story.
Well, thank you. No, it's been a wild journey. And, you know, as a kid, I was put in check at times. You know, I felt myself overexerting myself. I passed out on a soccer field at one point of exhaustion, and it was that balance. And so my family was there definitely to guide me, to help me and pull me back where I needed to. But I think, I just had that sort of lust for life. I just wanted to go, and being on the ground for me wasn't, enough. I needed to be like in the air, whether it was a bicycle or the scooter or whatever. I was trying to jump off everything. I was just obsessed. So, I found the sport of snowboarding, and that just became my outlet, and since then, like hearing your story, I mean, I'll be on the mountain and families will roll up and, oh, my son had the heart surgeries just like you did, or, similar condition, whatever it was. And they're like, I always like, show them my scar. I'm like, oh, you got the zipper? Come on, let me see it. So
That's so
it's
cool.
been, like you said in the beginning, I heard earlier in the chat, I'm proud of what I've been through and what I've accomplished since having these operations. And I don't know if I would go back and change anything, to be part of this community has just been incredible.
John, if you were doing it over and you had the ability to tell yourself when you were starting snowboarding and spending all your time in the air, what would you tell yourself back then?
Oh man. Probably tell myself to put a helmet on a little sooner. Would have avoided a couple of those crashes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would change much. I feel pretty blessed with the career I've had. I retired most recently after 5 Olympics, which was just an incredible run. And, I feel I've still, every bit of me is attached. So that's a good thing. But I don't know. I just know that, there were times back then when I had fear, just like anyone, the fear sets in and can I do this? Will I be okay? And to, give myself the confidence, I didn't really have a me, for your son, I didn't really have anybody around that I knew of that had a similar heart condition. And so it was kind of really finding my own boundaries. But I think I would have found more of a mentor at that time. To help guide me through what I was going through.
Would you agree with the helmet thing for your son?
Yeah. We try to wear helmets in our world too. Different helmet, but we're still a helmet nonetheless. The one thing I wanted to ask you, Sean, and I think it's so important to these kids and especially to parents helping their kid navigate it. There's this term normal gets thrown around, right? Everyone refers to like, this is our new normal. This is just how we're used to kind of existing. And it's something we discussed with our son. Like, was there a moment throughout your journey, whether it was on the half pipe or through sports or just in life where you said, you know what, like, I'm good. Like, I am good. I am normal. I'm not going to allow this to continue to hover. It's something we as a family try to find the balance between understanding he has limitations, but at the same point, take the training wheels off and just like, let him go. Was there a moment you can remember that it was like, you know what? I can do this. Like, I am normal. I don't have to label myself as something different.
Yeah, it's a very great question. And I honestly, I remember wanting to be better than normal. It was like, if it was the stress test on the bike I wanted to win the stress. If it was this, I wanted to win it. I was just trying to, be better than that because I knew of my past history. So I was trying to like overcompensate with that. But yeah, at times, I just kind of found myself and luckily these sports, we just meshed. And when I was able to excel where normal, kids couldn't, that's what really showed me a difference in my abilities and just my mindset and how I was kind of overcoming this thing that I'd gone through as a child. And to be honest, I think a lot really, I have to give so much credit to my parents and really speak to the parents that are on right now listening, because, my parents were like, look, like we came so close to losing Sean as a baby. And we just thought, gosh, he's got one life to live. Let's let him live it. Let's let him enjoy. And like any child, like he needs to make those mistakes. He needs to fall down and pick himself back up. And those are those things that really kind of instilled that fight in me from an early age. And And when I talk about it, it's hard for me because I wasn't there at the time, but I got a phone call from Jimmy Kimmel, the television host, and he said, "Hey, my son he's been diagnosed. He needs to have multiple heart surgeries, and the first name that came out of the doctor's mouth was yours. And so we'd love for you to come on and talk about it on the show." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'm there." He's a wonderful guy. So, when he calls, you just drop everything and go. But this was a special appearance. And I'm in the backstage and I'm waiting to go on, and I'm listening to him do his opening monologue talking about his son and just in tears. And I was finally old enough to put myself in my parents' position and go, wow, like, to hand your child off to these doctors, like, here, like my brand new baby boy, like, here, take my son, and just the whole process of it all, and to, I guess after all that, be able to, stand back and put the, the I guess the tough face on and like, let me go do my thing. I mean, that took a lot for my parents. And so I always thank them and applaud them for the job they did with me at a young age, because it really set the tempo for who I am today. But I applaud all the parents on here, that are, yourself included, for being there to support, pushing when you need to, but knowing that each individual needs to find their own path. So it's really great.
So Sean, we also have a lot of people with us tonight that are adult congenital heart, that are your age, maybe even a bit older than you. What advice do you have for exercise, wellness, fitness, all those? How are you managing that today, now that you're post-Olympic career, and how's that going for you? And what advice do you have?
Yeah, I mean, the best advice I could give is just, keep up with the checkups. I mean, for me, that it's just become a way of life. It's like, hey, I got to go in, I got to get my test done. I don't drag it out for years on end and then like, oh yeah, I should probably, go, because I think a lot of people are fearful of, at times, and it's an intimidating thing to go into the doctors. You don't want to find something wrong, but when you stay up on it and get the information that you need, that's been a big one for me. So I always hit my stress tests. I always do the heart monitors, and the monitors now, I mean, they can just sit under your t-shirt. Before, when I was a kid, I had this giant fanny pack with these wires running all over it, and I'd like snag on my friend's desk trying to get out the door to lunch. Like, the technology now is just incredible. So I would say stay up on your checkups, and just find that sort of healthy lifestyle. Someone said this to me once, and it really changed my way of looking at things. But to be more health conscious and heart healthy, it's like, you don't need to make these drastic changes in your life. They gave the analogy, if you take off on an airplane and you're leaving from New York to Los Angeles, if you just change the course setting by just a little bit, by the time you get to Los Angeles, you'll be all the way down in Costa Rica. It's these little things that you can change in your life. If it's diet, if it's exercise, if it's, riding your bike to work, those kind of things. I mean, taking the stairs, these little things can make that huge difference in the long run. So I find ways to just kind of challenge myself, and I make everything into a game. So one I'll share is that, like, Game of Thrones came out, and I had to catch up with all my friends, and I was watching the show, and I was like, okay, during the episode commentary, I'm going to do, 5 sit-ups, 5 push-ups, 5 whatever, or 10 of each. And, so if I'm going to binge watch this whole season of the show and I've been inside all day, at least, like, I got, if I want to watch another episode, I got to do the workout. So I kind of, and then I got my dad to do it, my sister, like everybody. So you can make a game out of it. You make it fun. I mean, these things, being healthy, and being active, it's all in your mind and how you go about it. But there's a fun way to keep fit and to keep healthy. And those are the 2 biggest things I've found, is just find a way to make the things that are difficult in life fun. And enjoy it, because that's what it's there for.
Well, Sean, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for everything you've done in the community. Thanks for being able to be an inspiration and lead the way of anything is possible with these kids and these young adults. And we'll have to figure out more ways to engage you in the exercise fitness community, because that message that you just said, I'm going to echo it in a few minutes. I don't think there's anything more important in the world for congenital heart than to hear that. So Greg, I'm gonna go get my slides ready for my talk.
And
so
what we learned when I
thanks, guys.
binge watched Game of Thrones, I ate pizza on the couch for like 4 days. So you're a better man than me. Which
Well,
is
just
probably
do
why-
a couple sit-ups in between episodes.
I'm all
and you're
caught
ready
up,
to
so I don't
rock.
want to be a hero. I already caught up, so I'll wait till there's a new season of House of Dragons.
right.
Well, appreciate it, man. Hey, you're an inspiration to so many people, not just on this call. Your story has been told throughout this heart world and beyond. Again, as a father of a CHD kid who's been through a tough challenge, man, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being you. And this was a huge treat for all of us. So thank you.
Great. Thanks for having me. Best of luck, everyone.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right. I'm up. Am I coming over here? Oh, there. Sorry. So we're live, remember? All right. So this is super cool. So I don't know how many of you, I've just kind of learned of this today. So Catalyst, which again, you just heard Sean talk about how important physical health and training and staying active is really not only for congenital heart children or adults, but just all of us, right? All of us could probably use a little more exercise in their life. I'm probably at the top of that list now since I've retired. And Catalyst is a really cool way. Tim was telling me about it, that he's actually been doing this for the last 5 weeks. And what it is you put on like a suit and it has all these, stimulation modules that connect your body. And you go through like low impact, low stress, load, but the exercise and the stimulation that it gives your muscles and creates, blood flow and stress loads and all that without overwhelming your body is pretty remarkable. And tonight we're fortunate enough, obviously, I just said, Tim's been able to do it. If you guys see this code, this barcode here on your screen, if any of you adult congenital heart patients, if you guys scan it, put it up, they're going to be, we're giving away 15 of these full body suits. So if you guys just scan that, it'll enter yourself. You don't need weights, no load bearing. We're going to give away 15 suits tonight for adult congenital heart families. So be sure to scan the QR code here on your screen and you will enter. And I'm assuming we're going to announce those winners tonight. Later tonight. And without further ado, now the big presentation, where all of your money goes, where all of this effort goes. All this is all fun, but at the end of the day, these dollars turn into research and these dollars turn into breakthroughs, which all the fun aside and the great salmon meals and all the fun and the laughs and the wine is awesome. It's what makes the experience fun. But at the end of the day, none of that means anything if there's not the medical components and these talented physicians that are able to make these breakthroughs and take your dollars, your time, your resources, and turn it into actual results and turn it into actual treatment for all of our children and children to come who are going to unfortunately need these breakthroughs. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Tim Nelson, who's going to update all of us on the breakthrough and all the work because of you guys and the work here at HeartWorks. So Tim, it's all you. I'm going to go sit down.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you so much. I know we're getting late in the evening. Hopefully you're all enjoying your wonderful meal. Hopefully you're enjoying the wine, the dessert. So thank you. I'll try to make this short and sweet. My goal tonight is to share with you an update on why we do believe a cure is in the works. This isn't just a line. This is a reality of what we are going to do together. And it's because of all of you online, all of you in person, that together as a community, we can do remarkable things. So there's 3 reasons why we think the cure is in the works. The first is there's creepy cool technology with stem cells. What you're looking at on this screen is a beating heart muscle under a microscope that our team has been able to manufacture from a piece of skin. So literally taking a piece of skin and making it into your beating heart muscle is now become a routine thing. But not only is it routine in the lab, we now this year have the ability with the FDA oversight and with launching the clinical trial at Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, we have the world's first permission to do the first clinical trial of treating autologous cells, your own cells, into your own heart. Our mission is to allow your heart, no matter what age or what stage, to be able to be stronger, better, forever, living normal life. The reason we believe a cure is in the works is because this disruptive technology is at our fingertips, and it's now our job to move that into the clinical trials and into routine care. The second reason a cure is in the work is because we have the sense of urgency with all of these individuals you've heard tonight all of the individuals on the screen that you're seeing right now. We have a dedicated, purposeful, mission-driven urgency that every single one of these kids and adults have plans for the future, have dreams for tomorrow, and we don't yet have the therapies that they need. This gives us a sense of urgency that forces us to make the decisions and move quickly. The third reason the cure is in the works is because of this remarkable team. This remarkable team has been built over the last 12 years, piece by piece. And as we sit here today, we have a vertically integrated team of people that goes from manufacturing of stem cells to the quality and the oversight, to the clinical trials operations that's treating hundreds of patients across 7 clinical sites, to the clinical consortiums with the hospitals that are listed here, and the event planning communications, just like we're doing tonight, the research collaborators, the product developers, and ultimately, as the person I introduced to you earlier tonight, the most important person, my brother, the Chief Operating Officer and President of HeartWorks, that makes all of this crazy idea blended together to make the impossible possible. I'd like to thank our advisors, patient, external, the family advisory that was announced tonight by Aaron. All of these are critical pieces of a completely vertically integrated team that can do things that nobody else on the planet can do with the purpose of congenital heart disease. There's 4 stages that goes through this process. There's the 4 stages of the commitment it takes to do it in the first place, the courage it takes to execute on it, the capacity you have to build, and ultimately the confidence that comes along with that. This all started 12 years ago with a commitment that we would take the dollars available to us and not only do the research to develop new knowledge, but not stop there, to take that knowledge and convert it into new products, into new innovation. And if we close that circle of research and innovation to use the dollars we have today and create new life-saving, transformative outcomes for patients, we would close that circuit and we would have a sustainable growing platform. That was the commitment. We were going to be different than a basic research program. The second thing was the courage. I can tell you it takes courage to be able to commit to the cure. To be able to publicly say we are committed to curing congenital heart disease takes courage of the team, takes courage of the families, it takes courage for the donors. The most important piece of this process is the clinical trials. There's always going to be new technology, new ideas, new science, new research, new product development, but ultimately we have to have the courage to do it the first time in the first patient and move the field forward. The courage to do that should never be forgotten about the courage of the first patient that went through these treatments, that trusted us, that trusted our team to do that. The second thing is the capacity. There isn't the capacity to focus on congenital heart disease in this community. It's too small, it's too rare of a disease. There's not enough money to be able to support the research and development that it takes to develop a pathway to a cure. So HeartWorks has been created as a nonprofit clinical stage platform. What HeartWorks allows us to do is partner with the academic partners at Mayo and other consortium sites, and partner with the industry partners and the manufacturer like Regen. HeartWorks allows us to take in today the capital donations as a philanthropic donation to be able to move this field forward. But it also uniquely is positioned and structured that Regen, our manufacturing know-how technology, is a for-profit, wholly owned subsidiary of HeartWorks. That gives us the capacity, when the science is right, the technology is prime, that we can use capital investments to move that world forward at a faster scale and bring it beyond congenital heart world and allow those resources and technology to flow back to the congenital heart world. So it takes a capacity that's unique, that's never been built, and HeartWorks as a clinical stage nonprofit platform allows us to do things that has never been able to be done before. That capital has to be used very efficiently. And this is what allows the HeartWorks model to be really remarkable and unique, a category of one. You can tell on the bottom of this slide that there's a lot of cost that goes into the preclinical work, the clinical trials at phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and ultimately to commercialization. As the complexity of product development has gotten more complex over the last decades, The cost of this has been higher and it's been sooner. So what industry partners are forced to commit to is blockbuster drug development, meaning rare diseases like congenital heart disease will be forgotten and neglected. The academic process can do that at a lower cost, can focus on the rare disease, can focus on unique disruptive technology. However, they're not built to bring that all the way to the marketplace. And so at some point, they have to make a relay into an industry partner and find a partner that's willing to put the dollars into it to be able to scale it and move it quickly. This becomes the valley of death. Most companies that are focused on rare diseases can't make that investment. This is the uniqueness of HeartWorks, is we've balanced those realities and built a vertically integrated team that can take the product development and do a risk-based approach so that we manage the cost as efficiently as possible along this pathway and never have to relay it to an industry partner. This allows us to create the technology and commercialize the technology as efficiently as possible. In other words, if you are interested in investing in the cure for heart disease, there is no better investment than HeartWorks to move this forward more rapidly. Ultimately, the proof is in the pudding. We have to have the first in the world to show what we can do. We have to prove that this model can actually deliver. And as I've already told you today, we're super proud that this last year, we have launched the world's first FDA clinical trial using autologous iPS cells. This has never been done anywhere else. We've done it twice as fast, 3 times as cheap than any of our competitors and the industry partners. This is the uniqueness and the proof that this model at HeartWorks is working. But we've also, over the years, have launched the first clinical trials in stem cells. We've treated hundreds of patients. We've also created this platform that I've told you about that's unique, that brings together the partners and allows us to stay focused on congenital heart disease. And ultimately, we have built the world's largest repository of research samples to stimulate the inventions and idea generation that's going to be required for new products as we move this field forward. So that's the confidence that we have because of the commitment, the courage, the capacity, and the confidence that comes out of that. But if we just started things and never finished it, we would never finish the story. So this is the clinical data that I want to finish tonight sharing with you, that every single patient that we've ever treated, a 3-month-old child with stem cells at the time of their Glenn operation, is included in these charts. This is the data that we have generated over the many years that we've begun analyzing, and we're completing clinical trials the same way that we're starting them. On the left-hand side graph of this figure, you'll see the first 21 patients that we ever treated with umbilical cord stem cells at the time of their Glenn operation. You can see some of the lines going up, which means the heart function got better in the first 3 months, and you can see a lot of the lines staying flat. On the right-hand side, we have the data of the next 45 patients that we've treated and 50 patients that have been controls in these clinical trials. You can see in this, many of the patients are hovering around that 40% fractional area change, which is a measure of heart function. We want everybody to be above that 40% threshold to avoid the need for a transplant in the future. You can clearly see with this clinical data that we show with every single patient we've treated that some of these patients respond and some of these patients don't. What this means is we need to create new products that can serve the need for all patients. The other thing that this graph shows you is that we're not only learning from the data in the laboratory, we're learning from the data from our patients in clinical trials. And there's nobody else in the world that has this level of clinical data that allows us to learn and develop the next phase of product development. So the final slide is, where are we going? We are building an autologous heart product line, which means our goal is to build a stronger heart for you in your body and keep your heart as strong as it possibly can be for as long as it possibly can be. That's the pathway to the cure, is creating a stronger heart. I've already told you about the fertilizer approach of using umbilical cord blood, and hundreds of patients that we've treated. We're beginning to understand who else should be treated as we move forward with that. And we're grateful for the families that have participated in these initial trials to allow us to move that forward. On the top of this, you'll see the seeds. The seeds of new heart muscle is the first slide I showed you with the beating heart muscle. We're so excited to be able to begin launching this in clinical trials. We're surgically going to transplant your heart into your heart muscle to be able to make it bigger and stronger. Those first 9 patients are going to be treated in the coming couple of years. And every $100,000 that was raised tonight allows us to manufacture a new product for a new patient. So thank you. Bill and Carolyn Hinks, for example, one donation allows us to treat an entire patient beginning to end with this protocol. But ultimately, what we get to do is move this beating heart muscle into new product lines. And imagine if we can create a beating conduit or other biological factors in your body that can increase the beating, contracting heart into your lungs, a second heart, if you will. We imagine that this technology, this platform, will allow us to create new heart products and even a second heart that may be able to pump blood to your lungs. Imagine that. This would fundamentally change the way we take care of congenital heart disease. But as Sean has highlighted, and as we talked about our sponsorship with Catalyst, I need all of you to participate with us starting today. Without your wellness, fitness, exercise, nutrition, sleep, all of the things that can keep your heart healthy today, none of what we do will be a solution. We need you to keep your heart strong. We need you to be committed to it the same way we're committed to it. And ultimately, we want to have the products ready to go by the time you need them. So these product lines are going to evolve rapidly over the next couple of years. And every $100,000 we raise allows us to treat another patient. So thank you for everybody's contribution to making this possible. So finally, thank you for all the people on the screen, all the people here, all the products that have been developed, the team at home that has created this. We couldn't do this without you. It's because of you that we have the ability to dream about a cure and put a plan in place of how we believe this is possible. We've got a great start. We're grateful to the families that have contributed to this thus far. We're super excited about our future of the products and where it's leading us. And we believe that we can raise $100 million in addition to what we've done over the next decade to be able to move this forward more rapidly. We're going to do that step by step. And tonight was a major, major step forward to our fundraising goals of $2 million this year. I'll tell you what, I just got word that we got another $50,000 donation from Beats for Bella. That's going to push our total goal over $700,000 tonight, guys. That is incredible. With that, I'd leave you with this video. It's our reason for existing. It's what makes our team wake up every day and come to work. It's because we get to work for you. How cool is that, guys? Did anybody have any fun tonight?
Yes.
Was that
Awesome.
So thank you again for everybody to join us. Our work has just begun, but I'm going to ask our two celebrities here to give our final words. Greg?
Your charts were great. On behalf of everyone at home, I'm just glad you're the one spearheading this work and not the rest of us, because we would not be spending the Wanek family's money very well. So thank you, Tim, for all that you do. In all seriousness, thank you guys so much for allowing my wife, Karen, and I, our entire family, our team here at the Hardest Yard and our work. Thank you for allowing us to just become a part of HeartWorks. Thank you for allowing to be a part of this night now for the second time, hopefully third next year. We'll talk about that off camera. We got lots of options.
Good,
Hopefully
good.
Todd buys a new house so we can do it there. So we're going to work on that at dinner. But all seriously, thank you guys all so much for being a part of this. It's such a special night. You can see the impact that you're making, your time. It's fun. It's easy. This is the ideal event. And it wouldn't be possible without Todd and Karen. At this time, we're going to hear from Todd, let him kind of share why this is so special to him, because obviously without them, none of this would be possible. So you've heard enough from the rest of us. Todd?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is an absolutely awesome event. And Greg, Tim, Chef, thank you for everything. Kara, thank you for the great host and hostess that you were tonight. This is absolutely fabulous. We're doing it for this one right here. This is our daughter, Gabrielle. You guys met her before, and this is all about her as well as it is about your children. So we're doing our best to make sure that we can find a cure. Tim and his team are doing an absolutely awesome job. We're very proud of them, and we're very proud of the fact that this is going to progress forward. The donations are absolutely incredible. So we're very excited about the future. We know we're going to cure this disease, and we're going to be off to the races. So thank you, everybody, for a great evening.
Thanks, Todd. Thank you. Guys, that's a wrap. It feels like Saturday Night Live stage right here. So there it is, guys. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
We got wine to figure out.
Let's go. Let's get that done.
Hey, we're them Coolie Boys. We're from Western Wisconsin, and we're just so thankful to be a part of this wonderful event tonight. We're going to play you a song that's going to remind you to never let your heart get in the way of your dreams. The song's called I Won't Be Defined. Oh, my God loves to fight it just as much as he loves prayers. My mind beat cancer, and I keep my head. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night. We're them Coolie Boys.
You've been thinking about this all night, all week saying this was right. Cross your heart and hope to die. Are you sure you wanna pay the price? Do it outside in the night. It's where you go and is the life. When I'm looking in your face, you give me faith. In the sky. decisions. Hello, spirit, blast off. Hold on tight, hold on for life. If this is what you like, we'll do it all night, girl. I don't got pride, I just wanna ride. Back and forth, left and right. Ain't trying to be slick, but I just wanna slide. Or I can be a kite, and I can just fly away. When the birds call sky, high, 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 high. Hiking trails, follow the line. Coming from the still bird in the sky. Bunch of horses herding in the sky. Staying too long, you be hurting your eye. How does it feel to be on the side? The sunshine, the all-seeing eye, like hey, like a lightning strike. Down in your body and up through your mind and into your spirit, and your spirit just glide, floating high. I mean high away into the light. My love is just right, here for a night again. When I'm looking in your face, you give me faith. I feel this faith. This must be fate. What do I know?
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night. But she moved down here at the age of 18. She blew the boys away, it was more than they'd seen. I was introduced and we both started grooving. She said, I dig you, baby, but I got to keep moving on. Keep moving on. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Well, I don't know, but I've been told you never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes. Honey, put on that party dress, buy me a drink, sing me a song, take me as I come, cause I can't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. There's pigeons down on Market Square. She's standing in her underwear, looking down from a hotel room. The nightfall will be coming soon. Oh my, oh hell yes. You got to put on that party dress. It was too cold to cry when I woke up alone. I hit my last number, I walked to the road. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain.
Well, there's broken silence by thunder crashing in the dark, crashing in the dark. And there's broken records spinning less circles in the bar, spin round in the bar. This world can hurt you, it cuts you deep and leaves a scar. Things fall apart, but nothing breaks like a heart. Yeah, nothing breaks like a heart. Nothing breaks like a heart. We'll leave each other cold as ice and high and dry. The desert wind is blowing, it's blowing. Remember what you said to me, we were drunk in love in Tennessee, and I hold it, we both know it, that nothing gonna save her now. Nothing gonna save her now. Well, there's broken silence by thunder crashing in the dark, crashing in the dark. And there's broken records spinning less circles in the bar, spin round in the bar. This world can hurt you, it cuts you deep and leaves a scar. Things fall apart, but nothing breaks like a heart. Nothing breaks like a heart. Nothing breaks like a heart. Well, there's broken silence by thunder crashing in the dark, crashing in the dark. And there's broken records spinning less circles in the bar, spin round in the bar. This world can hurt you, it cuts you deep and leaves a scar. Things fall apart, but nothing breaks like a heart. Nothing breaks like